Now that's original.
Hello, Acorns, and welcome back to Original Thursday. Today I'm going to sing a song for you that Pap wrote sometime around the year 2000. I don't know exactly when, but it was sometime around the year 2000. So that's about 24, 25 years ago. And before I get into the song, I just want to take a moment again to say how blessed I was to be on the last Sunday String Along on Doyle Dyke's channel. If you haven't seen that, please go check it out. Please subscribe to his channel. But it was such an honor and a blessing to play with Doyle and Caleb, and just a great spirit and a good message. Doyle's message in that String Along was all about the importance of educating others, and I wholeheartedly believe in the importance of that. And I just wanted to take a moment again just to say how much I enjoyed that. And so again, I'll put a link in the description below if you haven't seen it. Go check it out. This song that I'm going to sing for you today is one of my favorites of Pap's in terms of the melody. I also agree with what it says lyrically. It may seem like it's just a very simple thing, but I think if you really think about what the song is saying, you'll see that it's really essential to making the most of this life. And what the song is saying is that, we all have free will, and for right now, the Lord lets us decide what to do with our time. And there's just countless ways to spend your time and to live your life. And so we have that for as long as we're alive or until the Lord comes back. But once we pass or once the Lord comes back, then it's His time. So tomorrow will be His day. I never really talked to Pap about why he wrote this song. I mean, clearly there are places in the Bible that could have inspired it. When I was little, we only had one channel, usually, sometimes two if you counted UHF, PBS. But most Saturdays or Sundays, there would be a show, and maybe some of y'all are old enough to remember this or you watch this. It was Bill Dance was the guy's name. I don't know if it was called Fishing with Bill Dance, but anyway, it was just a fishing show. And it had a theme song that was kind of pretty. And after I shoot this video, I may go look up that theme song, because there's some part of my brain telling me it might have been Jerry Reed singing it. I'm not sure about that. But anyway, the song said, "Today is mine." And it was talking about just getting out there, getting in your boat, getting away from the world, and just being at peace and taking that day, which for a lot of course, working men would be, that Saturday when you're out to just kind of do whatever you want to do, whether that's go hunting, fishing, golfing, whatever your hobby is. But one thing I wish I had asked Pap, I wonder if somehow subconsciously that song might have caused him to write this song, because we can say that. The song says we can say, "Today is ours. We'll do with it as we want to, as we choose." That's how things are set up, but it won't always be that way. So we have to be ready for the Lord's day. Now, this melody, like I said, it's really beautiful, and we did it in B flat, and it's poor quality, but at the end of this video, if you watch to the end, you will see a video of me and Pap singing the song. We really weren't very up on the song. We hadn't really worked it out and figured out what was the kind of the best way to approach it. So it's a little rough, but it is a great song. And to me, it uses a certain minor differently than 90% of songs. So if you're playing in the G position, you go up to C, and then you go to A minor position out of C, there's nothing sort of original or groundbreaking about that. But somehow the way the notes that Pap used And he also changed up the order of those two chords or those two positions in the way I'm explaining it. You know, sometimes you go to the C position first, sometimes you go to the A minor position first. And that's really the prettiest part of the song to me. And to give you a sense of the melody, I'm going to play the melody first, and I'm going to play it pretty slowly so I can give my brain time enough, because I'm not a piano player, time enough to get in the right spots to hit those notes. And then when I start singing, of course, I'll do it a little faster because it is kind of a mid-tempo song. I've done this a few times, and I noticed at the end there's a note that I thought, wow, that's pretty high. I don't remember that part of the song being so high. And then I watched the old video of me and Pap singing it, and I realized, oh, that's because I didn't hit that note. Pap hit that note, which is a lead note, and I went to a low harmony there, just in that one spot. And of course, I won't be able to do that now. I'm by myself. So if I just hit that harmony note, it wouldn't sound right. So I'll go up and hit the note that Pap did, and hopefully it won't distort the camera. Speaking of cameras, I've had a ton of trouble, new trouble out of this Zoom camera, and I've ordered yet another SD card, and I've had my computer repair the card that I have. But when I get that new card, if this thing doesn't straighten itself out, I'm going to send it back to Sweetwater, because it's just kind of been nothing but trouble. Granny and I shot about 3 or 4 songs the other day, and it didn't save any of them, which was unfortunate, because I know so many acorns, that's what they want to see, is, you know, me singing with Granny. And we'll try it again, but that was very aggravating. And it's starting to do some new problems. I won't go into all those. But in case it doesn't catch this, below it I also have my GoPro set up, which I film tennis with. And it's ironic that I'm using this because longtime Acorn, Norman, who comments on all our videos, he also watches Celebrating Appalachia and the Presley Girls and comments on those videos. He was recently asking me, just maybe about a week ago, about GoPros. And I said, well, Norman, you don't really, and on Norman's channel, he mostly does kind of monologues, you know, and talks to the camera. I said, you don't really want to use a GoPro for that kind of video, because it's designed for a wide angle and it may look kind of fish-eyed. Well, if you're watching this video and it looks that way, then you'll know the Zoom camera failed again, and I had to rely on the GoPro. And GoPro it captures audio, but that's not its specialty, so who knows what it will sound like. I've tried my phone, and putting the phone on top of this piano, no matter how much you turn the piano down, it just can't handle it. It's just too bassy and too loud for it. Anyway, that's probably enough of that. I'm going to try to do this all the way through. If you see an edit, then you'll know I goofed right at the beginning and just kind of had to start over on the song part. But here's Pap's song, Tomorrow Belongs to the Lord. You may say this is my day. I will claim it for my own. All my yesterdays are gone, and tomorrow's yet to dawn. But tomorrow will be the Lord's day, you see. Tomorrow belongs to the Lord. Tomorrow will be our day to receive, for all other just reward. Yes, we may say this is our day, and we may claim it for our own, our day to do just as we choose. But tomorrow soon will dawn, and tomorrow will be the Lord's day, you see. Tomorrow belongs to the Lord. Tomorrow will be our day to receive. For all other days, just reward. Yes, tomorrow you'll see, forever will be that eternal day of the Lord. Quite a few little baubles there, but hopefully that's enough to do the song justice and show you what a pretty song it is. And in just a moment, like I said, you'll hear me and Pap singing it back then. We released it actually on a CD that some of my first cousins put out. They put out a CD, and that would be my Uncle Ray's family, his sons and daughters and his wife and Ray. They all sang on it, and I think there were maybe 15 or 20 tracks on there. Also, my Aunt Carrie was on there. The name of the CD was called Written in Red, and Pap and I did one song on there, which was the song that you just heard. I won't be sharing that with you because we really didn't know the song, and back then my singing was just in a very novice state. I just really didn't know what I was doing. I also didn't know much about the recording process, and even though they cut the rest of that CD in a studio, I think at Steve Snowden's studio up in Warren, North Carolina, I recorded the track that Pap and I did, and the recording quality was pretty bad. We were out of tune. It was just like the perfect storm. It did not make the song sound the way that it deserved, so I won't share that with you. I do think that I have at times come across handwritten lyrics for this song, so if I find those, I will share them in the video. But thanks for watching. Here's me and Pap trying to learn this song rather. And if you hear some extra guitar licks in there and you can tell, well, that wasn't Paul and that wasn't Pat, but I heard another guitar lick, my nephew Ben is playing on this and he's just out of frame. You can't hear him really well, but he hits a couple of pretty neat guitar runs coming back out of what I would call the low chord. I just did this song in B flat, which is also where Pap and I sang it, B flat. So the low chord of B flat would be F. So coming back out of F, Ben, he was playing probably with a capo on the 3rd fret in the G position, and he made some neat little runs coming back out of that D position back to G. Thanks for watching, and here is me and Pap trying to sing this song, plus a lyric sheet if I'm lucky enough to find one. Say this is my day, I will claim it for my own. All my yesterdays are gone,
Yes, we may say this is our day, and we may claim it for our own. Our day